Dylan Wang's apology was heartfelt. No one was expecting what happened on that set. The lights were bright, the cameras rolling, the entire crew in full concentration mode, but something felt heavy in the air. It was the kind of silence that holds tension just beneath the surface, like a balloon stretched too tight. And then, as if on cue, Dylan Wang stood up from his position across the room and slowly walked toward Bai Lu. The script in his hand was trembling slightly, his voice low but audible enough for everyone to hear. "I need to say something before we continue," he began. At first, some thought it was part of the scene, a method actor diving deep into emotion. But this was not part of any screenplay. He looked directly at Bai Lu, his eyes filled with something no one could quite place: regret, sorrow, or maybe something more personal. "I know what I did can't be taken back," he said, his voice catching for just a moment. "I should have handled things better. I should have never let everything get that far between us." The cast froze. The director gestured to pause the cameras, realizing they were no longer filming fiction. This was real, raw emotions spilling out in front of the entire team. Bai Lu stood there, unmoving, her expression unreadable. The silence between them stretched. Even Shen, who had been quietly seated behind the monitors, turned to watch with wide eyes. Dylan continued. "You didn't deserve the silence, the misunderstanding, or the way I distanced myself when things got tough." He stepped a little closer. "I lost one of the most important people in my life because I was too proud to apologize. And I'm sorry." The air turned cold despite the heat of the set lights. The crew exchanged looks, some biting their lips, others blinking back tears. This was not just another celebrity moment. This was a wound opening on stage. But nothing, absolutely nothing, could have prepared anyone for Bai Lu's response. She blinked slowly. Then, without stepping back or looking away, she said only 7 words. 7 words that shifted the entire room. 7 words that no one could forget. "You only say this when they are watching." And then she walked off the set. The sound of her heels echoing against the studio floor felt louder than anything anyone had heard all day. Even Dylan, for a moment, looked like he had stopped breathing. The assistant director whispered something, but it was drowned out by the stunned silence. No one moved. No one spoke. Even Shen stood still, as if unsure whether to follow Bai Lu or stay frozen in that moment with everyone else. The silence was deafening, because what Bai Lu had just done was not just dramatic. It was a message, a response wrapped in quiet fury and grace. And it was loud enough to make the internet explode the moment the leaked footage hit social media. The crew member who captured the scene on their phone didn't even mean to record something so intimate. They were filming a behind-the-scenes vlog. But once uploaded, the world saw what the cast had seen. The regret in Dylan's eyes, the heartbreak behind Bai Lu's words, and the complete stillness of everyone else around them. Hashtags began trending within minutes. Hashtag Bai Lu 7 words. Hashtag Dylan Wang apology. Hashtag set drama revealed. Hashtag behind the scenes breakdown. No one could stop watching the clip. And no one could forget what those words meant. Because behind every heartfelt apology lies a deeper question. Is it genuine or just another performance? And Bai Lu's line made sure no one would ever forget which one she believed it was. The silence after Bai Lu's 7 words felt like a crack running through the floor of the entire set. No one moved. No one dared to breathe. Even Dylan Wang, who had just poured his heart out in front of the entire crew, stood still, staring at Bai Lu as if he had never seen her before. She wasn't crying. She wasn't angry. But what she said had shattered something deeper than anger ever could. The director, who had been preparing to resume filming, slowly lowered his hand. The cameramen turned their lenses away. This wasn't a performance anymore. This was something raw, something unscripted, something real. Dylan tried to speak again, but his voice caught in his throat. Bai Lu had already started walking away. Every step she took echoed like a drumbeat in Dylan's chest. And then, just when it felt like the moment had passed, she stopped near the edge of the set. Slowly, she turned around. "You think saying sorry fixes everything," she said, her voice calm but trembling underneath. You say you didn't mean to hurt me, but every choice you made was a blade I had to carry alone. The makeup artist in the corner had tears in her eyes. A production assistant, who had only joined the show 2 weeks ago, covered his mouth with his hand. No one had seen this coming. Not even Shen, who had been quietly watching from the shadows near the monitor. The weight of her words lingered. Dylan took a step forward, but Bai Lu didn't flinch. She didn't run. She stood her ground, her eyes meeting his. You broke me in ways I didn't even know I could be broken, she continued, and now you want to repair what you didn't stay to witness fall apart. A soft gust of wind passed through the open stage door. Somewhere outside, a prop light flickered. Shen, unable to stay silent any longer, finally walked forward. Bai Lu, she whispered, gently. He didn't just break you. Bai Lu's eyes locked on Shen. For the first time, something shifted, not forgiveness, not peace, but understanding. And in that moment, a chilling truth hung heavy in the air. Dylan hadn't just hurt Bai Lu. He had destroyed something between all three of them. I wasn't supposed to find out about the calls, Bai Lu said, now turning her attention back to Dylan. You thought I wouldn't check your phone. You thought I'd be too busy filming, too trusting, too blind. Dylan lowered his head. The set, now dead quiet, seemed to shrink around him. I knew about the calls with Shen, she whispered. But I never told anyone because I wanted to believe you'd stop on your own. Shen's face went pale. She looked at Dylan, then at Bai Lu, her lips parting as if she was about to speak, but nothing came out. And yet, Bai Lu said with a small, bitter smile, here we are. Suddenly, the producer's voice crackled from the intercom. Shall we stop filming for today? He asked, clearly shaken. No, Bai Lu replied, her voice sharper than before. Let's keep going. Maybe the script won't lie the way he did. She walked back to her mark, took her position, looked into the camera with fire in her eyes. Dylan stood across from her, hollow and haunted. Shen took a seat off stage, her head in her hands, unable to look up. Scene 17. The director called, hesitantly. Take one. The clapboard clacked. Silence returned. But this time, every line that followed carried the echo of a truth too big to bury. And for the rest of that shoot, every eye on set knew they weren't watching actors anymore. They were watching hearts unravel in real time.